Make sure you check out AOA.com for in-game coin and item tradings, and with code Dychronic you can get 6% off. Link in the description down below. Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we've been taking a look at the Xur, his inventories, random rolls, and all the stuff for the Xur on July 30th, 2021. You can find him in his regular spot in the tower. Just head over to the tower in the top left section, and from right here next to the railing. Okay, this is my territory. Don't you be trying to claim my territory like that. Anyways, this is a high overview, in case this is what you wanted. First up for the weapon today, we have the Telesto, which is going to be the problem child of Destiny 2. Probably involved in the most glitches out of any other thing in the entire game. Whether it gives you infinite super, or does ridiculous crazy damage, or if it sticks an enemy way more times than it ever should, or you tag your teammates, and again, kill a boss in a couple of Telesto shots. And not to mention, it used to be ridiculous in the Crucible. 50 damage per explosive bolt, you shoot 7 bolts in one burst. Nowadays, it's more of like an average to above average fusion rifle. And if you've never heard of it, basically it just shoots proximity detonating explosive shots out of a fusion rifle. Cat, I swear to God. And if I'm remembering correctly, the catalyst just gives it 7 in the magazine, really not something that great. And then the other part does this stuff, but reloading your kinetic and energy from reserves is not really that great either. In my opinion, I don't think that this is the best build for this kind of gun. I don't really know what the point of a Harbinger's Pulse is or why it's the combination here. However, I will say, if next season we do get a fusion rifle based mod in the artifact for champion stuff, this may see a bit more use, because its DPS and functionality of that range explosive makes it a much higher range option and may be more usable next season again if we get the fusion rifle artifact mod. Get him. One catch, like jumping on the other cat. Yeah, no, wait, stop hiding behind me. Go get him. Moving on to the Hunter exotic, we got the Lucky Pants. It's kind of like opening shot and quick draw for hand cannons built into this exotic, as well as getting one more shot into a stowed hand cannon, but that doesn't really count, or at least it doesn't matter. And obviously, after the nerf to quick draw, this actually does have a lot more use, especially considering that 120s and 140s are still very usable in the Crucible. Having opening shot and quick draw built in without needing it on a certain weapon that may not have it is nice to see. However, there are better options depending on your build. When it comes to the roll, 66 is very high, however the recovery is very low. However, obviously you can compensate with some other stuff, it's just kind of poor to see the recovery so low. Overall, not bad. I would recommend it if you like the idea. And hey, look at the bright side. You got one of those little spinny things on the bottom. You get like the new version. It gets another little spinner. What are the spinners called again? Spurs? Ah, spurs. Yeah, so you got like a new spur on this one. Up next, we have the Titan exotic known as Axiom Warwick. If you've never heard of it, reloads a portion of your equipped auto rifle or machine guns magazine from reserves. Kind of acts like an extended mag. A lot of people like using this with Xenophage in PvE and probably auto rifles in PvP, but I found for the most part, it's not really going to make that much of a difference no matter what you're doing. And can I also just say, why are there shotgun shells on this exotic if it's based on auto rifles? Literally, the exotic ornament here actually changes it to rifle rounds. Oh right, yeah, the roll. 65, also pretty high. Pretty similar distribution as the other one. I would still say it's a pretty good roll. Again, I would like to see more recovery no matter what you're doing, but can be compensated with other exotics or other armor piece. And finally, for the Warlock exotic, Clouds of Amkar, probably the best exotic on sale today, and I'm looking at the roll, and this is an incredible roll on it as well. If you've never heard of it, it gives you an additional melee charge, which works with any of the subclasses. If you still like these stasis melee, it works with that. If you like the celestial fire melee, it works with that. And the most important thing to keep in mind is that it gives you overflow charging. You're not going to be using a specific charge, like for example the melee charge, as soon as you get it. You're going to wait till the right opportunity. So this having an additional charge gives you more overflow charging. It really does make a pretty big difference, to the point that I put it in like my top 5 for Warlock exotics. As far as the roll goes, it's amazing. 64 is above average. Mobility, recovery, and strength are really nice to see. However, most Warlocks like to run with low mobility to get the most out of their Icarus stash. Honestly, I like mobility, so this is an excellent roll for me. However, I already have one. Outside of that, pick up your exotic ciphers for the exotic cipher quest so that you can get free exotic ciphers for the archive, or you can pick up more exotic engrams, which I always recommend picking up this exotic engram because it guarantees you an exotic that you've never received, and it's a high stat roll. And so, if we take a look at this Rayju's harness, we can see 62, I guess, is higher than average, but it could do better. I've seen like 68s, 67s, and even 69s drop from this. And that's it. That's gonna be the end of it. Make sure you come check out my live streams at twitch.tv/Dychronic, link in the description down below. And also, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Many Buju, Mom, Dad, Dr. Strange, Joe Smith, Monday, Steve Bachman, Ray Machono, Unipanther, Casey Reagan for the support on Patreon. And I'll see you guys on the next one.